I wanted to talk about eczema treatments and kind of just go over what they have and what they do and all of that. So when you have eczema and you go to the dermatologist, a couple things will happen, and it depends on the severity of your eczema. So for some people, you'll get prescribed a topical steroid or an oral steroid. And this is basically giving your body what's called a corticosteroid. Your body actually makes it naturally, but when you have eczema, your adrenal gland is not producing enough to keep up with the inflammation that your body has. So essentially what a steroid does is it fills in the gap of anti-inflammatories that your body needs to fight the inflammation, right? And this actually highly affects your adrenal gland and makes your adrenal gland dependent that you are getting what you need from other sources. So while it appears as though your eczema is healed, it actually is band-aided. It is temporarily looking nice until when you come off of them, now your adrenal gland has even less to give you to fight the inflammation. Sometimes when you go to a naturopath or you go to a natural doctor or even your dermatologist, they will prescribe you an antifungal because they might suspect that your eczema is being caused by candida or some other fungus that overgrew in your gut. Or they misinterpret what's happening on the surface of your skin as a fungal overgrowth. Well, interestingly enough, you actually do need fungus to live in your gut. So candida is a type of fungus, and there are lots of different types of fungus that lives in your gut. And that other type of fungus actually makes sure that candida doesn't overgrow. So if you're taking an antifungal, it's likely that candida will overgrow anyway, because the other type of fungus isn't there to keep the candida at bay. Another type of treatment is an immunosuppressant. So there are a bunch of different types of immunosuppressants, and basically what they do is suppress your immune system, because it's actually the immune system that is attacking your skin, and that's why it's called an autoimmune disorder, because it means that you, like auto, self, your immune system is attacking you. So there's a whole bunch of different autoimmune disorders. So for example, arthritis is an autoimmune disorder, and it means that the immune system is attacking your joints. Something neat about Dupixent is an immunosuppressant shot that you take, is that it specifically targets the cells related to eczema. So it would target the Th2 cells, the killer cells, the cells that are responsible for attacking your eczema, which is neat. However, Dupixent has some pretty gnarly side effects. Like you can get something called, I'm not going to even try to pronounce that. I'm just going to say it can really affect your eyes negatively. And the caveat, the issue with it is they require you to try other treatments before Dupixent. And that, in my opinion, is related to Big Pharma trying to make money. So you have to do steroids before you get on Dupixent. However, if you are going through topical steroid withdrawal and it's very severe, a lot of times you usually don't have a choice but to go on Dupixent, because your immune system is going to be super overactive when you come off of topical steroids. So if you're at a place where it's extremely severe and you're going to be hospitalized, I would highly recommend talking to your doctor about Dupixent. I've worked with clients in the past who have had to get on Dupixent and saw a lot of really good results from it. With that being said, it is definitely not a long-term solution, and I recommend healing naturally while you're on Dupixent as well. Another type of treatment is light therapy, and you basically go to a tanning bed. This is what I understand this to be. It's basically using UV and light therapy to help you heal your eczema. I usually hear that it does nothing or causes more damage than good. The only benefit that I see is, and I'm not even sure if this is true, I don't know if that light could give you vitamin D, but sunlight in general gives you vitamin D, which helps with the immune system. But this treatment is actually pretty much non-effective. And then we can get into natural treatments. So some people try to do acupuncture for eczema. Some people do Chinese herbal medicine. Some people do Ayurvedic food and medicine. And some people change their diet for eczema. Some people meditate for eczema. And I'll tell you what I do for my clients to heal naturally. So for my clients, I have a 6-step approach to helping them heal their eczema. And so my idea is that to heal eczema, you want to do it through knowledge. So I try to teach my clients everything there is to know about eczema. So they'll learn about the biology of eczema, what's happening, that it's an autoimmune disorder. So when we first start out, we think about the root cause. So what is actually the reason for all of this inflammation? For the majority of people, it's usually stress, but I do see candida a lot. And then the second thing we do is we get them on an elimination diet to see if their liver's overworked, to see if it's candida, or recognize that it is stress, but the diet is also extremely healing, so it works to heal the skin. The next thing we do is address the stress. I make all of my clients start meditating, but also getting to know themselves. So a lot of times it's through the Enneagram or the Myers-Briggs to kind of understand if they're naturally pretty emotional, because emotions have a lot to do with your response to stress. I am personally an empath, and empaths hold on to a lot of stress because we absorb emotions. So the next thing we're going to do is clean up our lifestyle. So I dive into a lot of toxic ingredients that are found in things that are good for eczema or good for your skin or scalp or whatever. So we are changing your shampoo. We're making sure that you're not cleaning with bleach every day. We're making sure that you're not adding more sources of inflammation. Then we end up on step 5, which is biohacking, and it teaches you about the relationship and the overlap that eczema has with other issues. So I go over the signs and symptoms to look for to see if your thyroid is healthy, or we talk about how to use food in the future to do different things, because food basically can be used as medicine. So we'll talk about hormones, we'll talk about all of those different things. And then the very last step is planning for your future, figuring out what is your purpose. I actually find that a lot of clients aren't happy with what they're doing, and that's causing them a lot of stress. So you take that time to get to know who you are without eczema, who you are as a person, and what you want from your future. And I never promise that people's skin will heal during the 3 months that I work with them. I tell them that it takes 3 months to teach them the information. However, a lot of my clients do actually heal in those 3 months.